Oh my.
What are those? Where'd you get them from? How much you pay? Boy, you dumb. What are those? Where'd you get them from? How much you pay? Boy, you dumb. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Retail, resale, prevail. Better go and check your email. Did you get to meet this week or did you take another L? Goody two shoes, sneaker community. We all take L's, man. There is no immunity, but we can talk about it with a guest and reflect. We celebrate the dubs that we get. Yes, you can tune in with a friend. Yeah, Facebook and Instagram. Yeah, coming at you every week with some heat and surprises. Almost time, open your eyelids. Don't you want to know what's next? Got some kicks you can show, come flex. We ain't in it for the checks, but we in some checks. Since you Jay in the booth and some boots breaking necks. Ha, not for real, what are those? Nah, you know if you watch the show. Yeah, yo, it's about to start in like 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, shout out the homie Larry one time.
I was about to start talking and realized I was muted. What's going on, fellas? Welcome to another episode of the Goody Two Shoes Sneaker Show. How are you two doing?
Doing amazing, man. Amazing. Excited to be back for another week of the Goody Two Shoes Show, man. I love this show.
Yeah,
Man, I am happy. I'm stoked to be here. I appreciate everyone who's been just rocking with us. This is going to be a dope episode. I'm excited.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, everybody who's watching, whether on Facebook or on YouTube, we welcome you. We appreciate your attendance. We would not have a show were it not for you and for your support. So thank you for that. We want to give everybody a reminder that next season will be our first season where we are completely transitioned over into YouTube for this live show. We will not be posting this live video to Facebook after this season. And we hope that you'll go over to our YouTube and subscribe and, you know, click the bell or whatever fun things you can do on YouTube to have us let you know what we're up to. That would be great. And if you're watching this right now, please hit that share button and invite your friends to come and hang out with us this evening. We're very excited. And I don't think I'm going to waste any time, guys. I'm just going to get right into it. We're going to welcome in our guest for this evening. Very excited. I personally am very excited to see how much sneaker knowledge I am able to obtain from the next hour and, you know, so on minutes. I don't know how long we're going to go, but very, very, very excited. And without further ado, we want to welcome our special guest for this week, and that is Jixie.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Bow.
Yo, what
I
is
was
up?
practicing that backstage. What is good, everybody? Thank you for having me on your show. I'm always humbled to be part of somebody's creative and just let's get into it.
Do it.
Well, before we get into it, we want to acknowledge. So today it is Carlos's birthday, Mr. Darth Vader. He is an old man today. No, I'm just kidding. He's not old, but anyways, we got a little something for you from the Goody Two Shoes community.
Oh dear.
Happy birthday, Carlos!
Yeah, what's up, Goody Two Shoes fans? It's your boy, Etsu. Man, just want to give a very, very special birthday shout out to Carlos, man. Keep rocking it out, man. Enjoy your special day. Salute.
Happy birthday, Carlos. I hope you enjoy your day. Keep doing what you're doing and have a shot or two today.
Carlos, Carlito, I wish you a happy birthday. Wish you nothing but the best in this world. May you accomplish any and all of your goals. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Carlos. Wishing you many, many more.
Hey Carlos, Abby and Jeremy here.
Hey Carlos, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, bud. Coming to you all the way from Philly. Hope it's a great one.
Carlos, man, happy birthday, man. Hope you're enjoying your day, man. Many blessings to you, to your family, you know what I'm saying? Your importance, what you contribute to Goody Two Shoes is major, you know what I'm saying? Like, keep doing your thing, you know, you're a blessing within the community, and continue to keep thriving and continue to keep contributing and continue to keep impacting us in a great way. All right, man? Again, happy birthday, man. Enjoy.
Happy birthday, Carlos. Much love, and I hope you get a shitload of sneakers.
Hey, what's up, Carlos? Product of Kicks. Just wanted to wish you a happy birthday, man. I hope you have a good one.
Yo, what up, Silos? Today's your birthday, and I just wanted to celebrate you in the best possible way. With this. His name is Carlos, and he's my dude. Today it's your birthday, so I come bearing good news. We know you're old now, but don't be sad. I'm speaking from experience that it's not all half bad, but your hair might be fading away. Your beard is too long, time to shave. It's kind of gray. You can still play hoops, there's no doubt, until you throw your back out. You're old. His name is Carlos, and he's my dude. So happy birthday to 33.33333333333% of Goody Two Shoes. Happy birthday, homie. Thanks for being my brother in shoes. Love you.
Yo, that was epic. Yeah, really. Yeah, they love you, Carlos. They just do, because that was dope.
I feel the love. I hate you guys.
Damn. Shout out to our soul fam. I see everybody there. That shit just warmed me up.
Let's go. Happy birthday, Carlos. Love you, brother.
Happy birthday.
Thanks, guys. I wasn't expecting that at all. I feel the love. I don't even know how to get my thoughts together right now. Yeah. So I'm just gonna keep it moving.
That's how you do it. For anybody with friends out there, you better go all out for them.
These are people that I've never met before. Like I barely talk to a lot of you, and I just want to say thanks for taking the time out of your day to not only wish me a happy birthday, but to like record a video and send it to Aaron and have him compile all of that. It means a lot to me. I appreciate the support and the love. I feel it for sure. And just more than anything, thanks for being here, watching the show. I think it's great. So we'll just keep it moving like nothing happened.
Like we didn't all just get emotional.
Right. Like I didn't just shed a tear backstage over here. It's fine. We'll go on to our first segment. Jixie, we got a couple of segments that we do before we start kind of talking with you and things of that nature. But our first segment is one of our favorites where everybody in the community gets to participate. And that is called Heat This Week.
Time, open your eyelids. Don't you want to know what's next? Got some kicks you can show, come flex. We ain't in it for the checks, but we in it.
All right. Can somebody let me know if you can see what I see?
You're good to go.
Yeah.
All right. I did it right this time. Okay, so we had 29 entries this week, so we want to show our appreciation to everybody for participating. Just going to go through these as quickly as possible. Aaron, what are these?
Air Max Tailwind 4s, a little Air Max action for Air Max month.
Awesome. Good stuff. We'll move on. We've got some cool grade 3s in the house. Shout out to Travis. Aaron back in the house again with some more Air Maxes. Which ones are those?
Air Max 98s. Yo, you guys know my love for Air Maxes. So this month is I'm showing out.
There you go. We got Kim in the house with some New Balances. These are cool.
So those are actually the Black History Month New Balances that from this year. And so shout out to Kim. Those just dropped for Black History Month. So shout out to Kim.
Very fire, very fire.
You guys peeped the polka dots on the pants though. Didn't even notice it until just now. Anyhow, all right, we got Migs in the house. Got the Air Max 90s. I didn't realize those are reflective.
Yeah, those are fire.
Those are great.
Fire.
Product of Kicks. Rocking some kicks.
Fam of the show.
What up, Randy? All right. I think this is a first timer. I don't know if he's been on here before. Homie back in Vegas, Alex, with the Pee-wees. That's a clean pair too.
Very, very clean pair.
Back to Travis.
Underrated shoe.
Veneer Dunks. These are dope.
Very underrated.
Very dope shoe.
Sheesh.
This was really cool.
Yo, shouts out to Trey.
Yeah. He dressed up his photo a little bit with the jersey. I like that. With some Shacknosis. Classic shoe.
Yo, Jixie, what are your thoughts on these?
Those are classic.
Classic.
Those are epic.
Shouts out to Trey. His Reebok collection is crazy.
Nice. We got Pure Organized Chaos, aka Mr. Carter, in the house, coming all the way from Okinawa, Japan, rocking some threes. He says these are slept on. You guys agree?
Yeah, all right.
All right.
Yeah, they're okay.
I like them. And this is Mrs. Carter, his wife, at the grocery store, matching pretty much everything.
Yeah, I was going to say, matching the store.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Fire.
SB Dunk lows. We got Mo's in the house flexing on us a little bit with these ones that dropped this last week.
Shouts out to big bro Mo.
Some really hurt feelings with this release.
A lot of hurt feelings.
He's team early too. He had those since January, so he's good.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What a flex here. I think this is graduation picture, so that's a flex in and of itself. And then with the Off-White 4s, you can't go wrong with that pair. That's an amazing
Congratulations.
Yes. Most definitely. This is your boy. This is me. This last week rocking my South Beach 8s.
Flex.
Light flex. They're not even that big of a flex anymore. Anyway, it's a monster. Got these Dunk lows. For whatever reason, I don't know if I've seen these before. Can someone tell me what these are? These are just Dunks, right? They're not SBs?
Yeah, it's just a Nike ID. I remember him telling us about it when he copped them.
Gotcha.
So, but it's a really cool looking ID.
Yeah. They remind me of The Simpsons for whatever reason. Kind of give me that vibe.
Okay.
Next, we have Aaron making a fantastic choice here. You can see some Yeezys up in the top left there, and he's got some Air Maxes on. So great choice there, Aaron. Air Max 1s. Love them. Got Nui in the house.
That's a flex.
It's a big flex. These look so fuzzy.
I'm surprised we didn't see his car today.
Like if you flip this shoe inside out, I feel like it would still be just as comfortable. They look so soft.
That's hilarious.
They look great. I had to zoom in on this one or make the picture bigger so it would fit in the screen, but these are these are different. The raw meat Nike SB Dunk High.
Pause.
Definitely. Well, all right. You took it there. Didn't want to, but you did. Next. Here we go. The outfit is fly. Jordan 1s are fly.
Very dope.
Just a cool all-around picture for sure. All-Star weekend this last week, guys. So I had to throw in my All-Star LeBron 2s. And Team LeBron came out to win. LeBron didn't even have to play. He drafted so well that he didn't have to do anything. 4 points, and they still won by like 20 points. So there's that. Had a couple buddies over. Shout out to Product of Kicks and Travis. We decided to all wear some LeBrons. It was cute. So there's that. Speaking of Travis, some more Dunk lows. SB Dunk, the infrareds. Beautiful shoe. Aaron in the house. What's up with this? Choosing violence. Is that because of the triple black?
Yeah.
Got
triple
it.
Black. That's violence and comfort.
Got a New Balance 990s.
You will outrun anyone in triple black Air Force Ones in that shoe. Man, Fire at 4s.
40 ounce.
Big and small. These are beautiful.
A family that kicks together.
Sticks together.
That's right. Don't forget it. Mig's back in the house with some Air Max 1s. Anniversary Magma Orange. These are great.
Those just dropped last year, right?
Mm-hmm. Or was it? Yeah, it was last year. Clean, either way.
It's me. Lucas.
Oh, this is the homie Lucas. So real quick, Lucas is a saint. he has a clothing brand, and he sent a bunch of people out free socks. So I wanted to make sure he gets his shout out because he didn't have to do that for all of us, and he's part of the fam. So shout out to Lucas for that.
Awesome. These are great. I don't know if I've seen some Asics with like air bubbles.
Yeah, that's the Kayano whatever. It's a good one.
Whatever.
I need the awake.
Gracious me.
All right.
I responded to Jeremy today just saying, man, you're not playing fair right now. This is not even fair.
I don't even want to talk about this.
He said he was being lazy. Do you think that's true, or do you think that he just didn't want to put him on?
Oh, I know he'll put him on, so he probably was being lazy.
I think he will too. I have no doubt.
What did you think about these? Which one was your favorite color?
I bought these.
Oh, so Jixie got them too.
I'm waiting for mine to come. Yeah, I'm waiting.
Jixie don't miss. Yeah, I need to learn that.
It's a by any means necessary approach.
Hey, fire.
There it is. Those lace socks come with the shoe, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Nice little touch. Dig it. All right. Fire at Fives. 06. Product of Kicks. Thanks for pulling those out for Heat this week. And last but not least, got Haas with some sea crystals that have seen some better days, but I'm not even mad about it. Great
Very
shoe.
clean. Definitely in the subway right now. Look at that floor.
For sure.
Those are amazing.
Well,
I love those.
Well, you haven't been able to wear decent kicks out here. Like the weather has been, with all the snow melting and it's just filthy outside. I messed up like 3 pairs of sneakers like that I did not want to in the past 2 weeks. And I'm like, damn it. But what can you say? They must be worn.
Facts. Big facts.
Cassidy, hi boo, love you. I totally messed up and thought 8 p.m. Eastern time. We'll talk about that another time.
Shout out to Cassidy. She was on the show episode 2 of season 3. She's amazing.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
So we'll move on to our next segment, which has become kind of a fan favorite. So we'll turn it over to our good friend Monster to go over new releases.
What it do, sneaker fam? It's your boy, the real shoe monster. Welcome to another Monster Week in Sneakers. We're to talk about what's hot, what's not, what's coming up for this week. With that said, let's get into it.
Oh man, here comes another week. I'm hoping to catch a W to fire up my feet. Wishing he no sleeper, hey, it's alright. Cause when you see what's on the tour, you be like, almost nice. This is not a game, man. I hope a cop a pair. Yeezy SB off-white or jeans, I don't care. So stay tuned to see what gets featured. Cause it's another Monster Week of Sneakers.
Starting things off on Wednesday, March 10th, the Nike Dunk Low Black White and the Nike Dunk High Orange Blaze. Now we're always welcoming new colorways to the Nike Dunk family. We all know that these are going to sell pretty quickly. They're both coming out in women's and men's sizing. If you want something basic that goes with every single thing that you wear, go for the Black Whites. We know those are going to sell out very quickly. That's what I'm going to do. But I'm anticipating some L's. We'll see what happens. But another addition to Nike Dunkland is always welcome. Gobble, gobble, next. Following that up, on March 11th, the Nike Overreact Undercover Overcast and Black. Jun Takahashi's Undercover label toys with the concept of fluid movement and fixed environment. The design blends the aesthetic of Blue Ribbon Sports and Overreact technology. This is a futuristic runner that looks sick as heck. And I know someone in the Goody Two Shoes family who want these in a bad way. So if you're not going for these, hit on a size 12 and hit up your boy Aaron, because he want these big time. Now I love these. I would say these are a gobble. But again, if you're not going for them, help your brother out. Next. Following that up, on March 12th, the Nike Air Max 90 St. Patrick's Day. It's Air Max month, and Air Max is no stranger to holiday silhouettes. So why not celebrate St. Patty's with a bunch of lucky green all over? That gold air bubble, the gold lace tips, this is enough to make one Conor McGregor channel his Mystic Mac W's. So let me ask you, you wanna get a little lucky? Are you feeling the luck of the Irish on this one? Let's only hope that L stands for lucky and lucky only. Monsters wishing you the luck of the Irish on this one, and may me suspenders bring you the W's. Ow! Ow! Ow. Next! Also releasing on the 12th, the ever so hyped Nike SB Dunk High Carpet Company. Brought to you from the Habibis at Carpet Company. These bros have made something absolutely beautiful. I'm a sucker for some tearaway materials that have contrasting colors, and they do it while honoring their Arabic heritage. There's touches all over this shoe, including the tearaway heel tab that reveals, brought to you by the Habibis at Carpet Company. Pretty sweet. Now there's a very high demand and a very low quantity of these guys. They're releasing at skate shops as well as on sneakers on the 12th, so if you're going for them, expect some competition. These are a definite gobble, and if you're lucky enough to land the special box of these, whew, that's the coolest box I've ever seen. Gobble. Next. Following that up, on March 13th, we have the Adidas Yeezy Boost 700 V2 Cream. Now this is a model from Yeezy that has donned the most comfortable, and it's considered a runner. Hit it with some cream colorways, and you have a dope shoe that goes with pretty much everything. I anticipate less people will be running in these, and more people will just be a flexin'. It's a Yeezy. I mean, yeah, gobble it. Next, also releasing on the 13th, the Nike Air Jordan High Patina. Now, I've seen love and I've seen hate for this shoe. The same feeling came out for the Smoke Grays when they dropped. And this kind of has a similar feel, except for the fact that it's hit with some antique style doo-doo brown touches on the toe box. So, I mean, y'all can hate. It's a Jordan 1 High. Everybody's gonna go for them. Tons of people are gonna wear them. They're gonna go up in value. It's just inevitable at this point. Any Air Jordan 1 High OG needs to be gobbled up. Gobble for sure. Next. Rounding off our list on March 15th, the Nike Kobe 6 Protro All-Star. Now this is a colorway that was actually worn by Mamba himself 10 years ago in the All-Star game in 2011. Kobe 6s, they're one of the most comfortable hoop shoes on the planet. I mean, you see tons of people rocking Kobe's on the court. You see tons of people rocking Kobe's everywhere. Rest in peace, Kobe. Yet another dope colorway. Yet another dope colorway, yet another dope model to honor your likeness. Keep them coming, Nike. We love to see them. We love to wear them. And don't stop. Okay? These, it kind of goes without saying, are a definite gobble. There you have it, folks. Yet another Monster Week in sneakers. Now don't forget to follow me on Instagram at @TheRealShoeMonster. And also, subscribe to your boy on YouTube. My subscriber count is boo-boo. It needs some help. So are you going to catch some L's or catch some W's? Either way, I hope everybody eats. Until next time, gobble, gobble. It's your boy Monster.
I just want to know a couple of things. One, how many takes he does to like just make these videos, but two, I also want to know how far back in time he had to go to find that picture of Aaron, because that was amazing.
No, that's a violation.
I loved him. He's like, I wake up, he's my spirit animal in the morning. I wake up just like that. He was epic. He had me jumping here. I'm dancing with him. I love the doo-doo brown was really funny. And just the I give up. I throw my hands up with ones. I thought that was epic.
Yeah.
Man,
Yo,
he's awesome.
Always. Yo, any one of those that you're looking forward to, Jixie?
No, not at all. Not at all. None of them are on my radar.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just going to put this out there right now. I posted this on Instagram a couple weeks ago. Talk to me nice this month. This is the only shoes I want this month.
Yeah, I may do the
Nice.
special. If I come across the special box, I'll cop the special box carpets. But
sheesh.
Yeah.
I'm okay with the normal box, if anyone.
For me, it's like if it's not the special box, it's just not worth it. Just like the Chunky Dunkies, I couldn't come across the special box for a decent price. So I was like, nope, I don't want the regular ones. So I'll come across it. Patience is a virtue in this. You be patient. You put the APB that you out there for it. One of these days, somebody's going to say, I'm ready to sell. And they sell. And I get it.
Yo, I need those over breaks. I need both pair. I need the blacks. I need what are the cream ones called, like Overcast or whatever. I need both. Shout out to Monster for plugging me because I need them both. And it's always a good time when your wife gives you the thumbs up to buy them. So I got the thumbs up to get both. So I'm gonna get both if I can. So please try size 12. Hook your boy up.
Does she tell you you can get them because you really want them, or she wants you to shut up already? Just get them already.
It's probably a little more that than
because I'm that girl. I'd be like, I don't want to hear it anymore, and I'm like, just buy the fucking sneaker now, please. Get the sneaker, and you'll have to go and get the sneaker because I'm like adamant about it. Like I don't want to hear it anymore. Like you can only do like a few weeks of really like oogling and wanting something so bad before you have to like just hit the buy now. Just do it.
Just do it.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we'll move on to our last opening segment, and that is with me this week, and that is our sneaker spotlight.
Real, what are those? Yeah, not for real. Watch the show. Yeah, it's coming to you live in like 3, 2, 1.
All right, my friends. So this week I decided to go with the Air Jordan 1 Biohacks. There's so much light in here, you can't even really see the color of this midsole because it's like blocked by the light or whatever. You can see a little bit of it, but I asked Jixie what color shoe I should pick tonight for the spotlight, and she said pink because it's her favorite color. I was either going to go with my South Beaches, but they were in the heat this week, so I was like, all right, I'll go.
That's a good choice. It's a good one. I just think the colorway is just it's different. It has a lot of character to it. People can rock it in all different ways. And I'm not crazy about Jordan 1s anymore, but I really do love that colorway. I thought it was pretty nice. I haven't worn mine yet. I haven't figured out when and how. I think for me it'll be in the summer.
It's a very bright shoe to be wearing in like gloomy weather, that's for sure. So summertime is a good time to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much anytime it's not snowing or raining up here in Washington, I'll throw these on if I remember to. But I just love the mixture of colors. I think when I first got into sneakers, I was really drawn to just a bunch of bright colors. Whatever shoe it was, if it was colorful, I wanted it. And so this obviously gives me vibes of that, undefeated dunk.
I think I was like that too. I was very much like that when I got into sneakers. I wanted brights.
So you couldn't go wrong with these. I'm happy that I was able to secure a pair. Shout out to Jesse. NSB Soul Searching was able to grab me a pair from one of our malls here in Spokane and grab my size. He grabbed his size and it was great. So I'm going to put these right up here. Left that spot empty just for these. And we will keep it moving. That is your sneaker spotlight for this week. But we wanted to kind of open up conversation with you, Jixie, today. We had a few things that we, posted on our flyer of topics that we wanted to hit with you. And the first one is about In Her Souls. So can you explain to us what that is? We would like you to talk a little bit about the mission statement and how we can support that.
Sure. Inner Souls. It's a play on the word inner souls, but there's a her in it. So, Inner Souls Collective is basically an organization, and we started out with wanting to basically just educate more women with the purpose of leaving a legacy. Cultural, historical, um, different kinds of events, programming that kind of highlight this to amplify the voice and tell the story of women in the sneaker space. And also like streetwear and just street culture in general. So Inner Souls was originally actually we did events. So we did some events where our first event was great. We brought out a bunch of women. We invited them in a silhouette of a sneaker. So it's a special invite. And what we did was everybody came out in Reebok 5411s, and we picked 5411s because it was the first sneaker made for a woman. It's the first woman silhouette. So we picked that sneaker. Everyone came out in it. And we had the walls lined up with Reebok 5411s. And we spoke about the history. We spoke about the different dope models. Like I had some very rare ones there. Really like spoke about its importance and its place in our history. And then we captured those moments. And that was how we started off. And now we're transcending into different models, different sneakers, different programming. So now we're actually have a project on Clubhouse. It's called the Legacy Series. So during Women's History Month, basically we're focusing on elements that contributed to the rise of the sneaker culture for women. And it's basically coming from the real raw urban culture. And I did a lot of research and a lot, like I can do anymore, but I did a lot of research and a lot of digging into these elements and how they paralleled the growth of the sneaker culture at the time, and then the important women who actually contributed to it. So basically, I'm on a crusade to save this history and this culture. And my business partner, OG Yaya, is such an important player in amplifying that voice and making sure that we tell the story the right way, because with every sneaker drop, they're retelling our history. So it has to live somewhere. It has to be present somewhere for the future generation. And I'm very, very concerned with the future generation having that correct story. So that's really what Inner Souls, how it started, what it is, and where we're at now.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And it's been really cool to see what you do, Jixie, for women, and seeing the feedback you get, not only from women in the community, but from men as well, that they're learning about women and how powerful they can be in the community, what they can bring to the community, what they have been bringing to the community. And so it's just been really cool to see. And I love it. I love the effort that you're making to
Thank
put
you.
that out there.
I've always been called like an encyclopedia, or had a lot of knowledge base. And the one thing is I don't want to die with this, like it needs to be shared. It needs to live with other women. We need the younger women, they need to know that being a sneaker collector or having a lot of sneakers, whatever they want to call themselves, is not about just having every hype sneaker that comes out. It's not just knowing, which are the last 4 sneakers that just dropped. There's a little bit more into this. And it's a craft, and if you really love it, you really, mess with it. It fuels you. It's your passion. Let it fuel you, let it passion, let it be your passion. But somebody, has to kind of lead and be the OG. And what I find in both men and women, right, in the space, is that they're killing off your OGs, right? So what happens with that is you're not copying the most hype sneaker anymore, because maybe you've transitioned and you're doing something else. Does that mean you're still not an OG? No. It just means that you've transcended into something else. But then the internet has a way of not making you visible, making you feel like, you're not part of the culture anymore. Or I was. You know how many people I hear say I was a sneakerhead? So it's like, no, it ain't going down on this side. So we have to save it for the women.
Yo, I want to just to add to that, like just in this last like 2 months, because I'm going to be the first to admit that I was kind of ignorant to a lot of the contributions. Like I knew the women colorways, but aside from that, like it's taken a lot, like having Cassidy on the show and just this whole journey of Goody Two Shoes, learning the contributions that women have had to sneaker culture. And it was wild because just the other, like maybe a couple of weeks ago on Clubhouse, Stephanie Howard came into the room and she was one of the original designers. She designed one of my favorite New Balance models, the 850s. And, you know, New Balance has done a lot with women. Women have gotten a lot of shoes through New Balance. And so I've been learning a lot recently. So I appreciate your efforts because I think it is important. And me having a daughter and that I'm going to buy shoes, you know, she's young now, but she's going to be a sneakerhead if daddy can help it. I think
That's
it's
the reason
important.
I am. You know, I'm a sneaker lover because of my father. My father's OG sneaker. I'm second generation sneaker collector. My father has a wall of like 400 of the same sneaker, but he loves sneakers. Like he's big. So I learned it going to weekends. You know, we would go to breakfast and go to sneaker store. Just seeing him get fresh, you see him put his fat laces and take out the Puma laces and put them in the Adidas because he wanted the fat ones, you know, and that's what they used to do. That's what a lot of people don't know. Fat laces never really came on the Adidas. You swap them out. So I grew up watching my dad, you know, he taught me how to clean my sneakers with a toothbrush and he would tell me, yo, boo-boo, you got to keep your dogs clean, yo. Because he's real old school like that. So he calls them dogs. So sneakers are dogs. That's old language. So he would say, you got to keep your dogs clean. And he would show me how to take the toothbrush and clean my sneakers. So it's like I learned from somebody.
That's great.
Amen. So she's watching you and she's learning from you. And she sees what makes you happy and it's going to make her happy.
So let's talk a little bit about like finding sneakers, because obviously, like Aaron was saying, you know, most guys are somewhat familiar with like women's colorways of shoes, and most women don't get the same releases that men get, and that kind of puts you at a disadvantage as far as maybe wanting or being able to get the shoes that you want. So how do you go about finding shoes that you want, or do you find any special challenges being a woman, or like how do you work with those or work around those?
So I'm a blessed sneaker size. I'm a men's sneaker size. So when I was younger, I didn't like having bigger feet. I always wanted to be a GS size, and I always wanted pink sneakers, and I always wanted the girly sneakers because I was always forced to wear very masculine sneakers just because I had a bigger foot size. And what would happen is I would be looking for the women's sneakers and I can't find them in my size. So fast forward, here we are now, where now I'm so happy I'm a man's size because I've been playing with the boys, you know, for the last 17 years, just fighting y'all for sneakers, you know. So with women's colorways, so there's a difference for me. So the first difference is I want a sneaker made for a woman, silhouette design technology for a woman. I really don't like a colorway made for a woman. There's a difference with that. So just because we call a sneaker a woman's exclusive doesn't mean it's really a woman's sneaker, right? So really it's a regular sneaker designed for a man in a color that is meant to market to a woman. So with those, I think clearly probably we're talking about like one brand. So that would be like Jordan brand. So Jordan brand is very coveted right now. I mean, we've always loved Jordans, right? That's what got us like crazy about sneakers. And with Jordan, I think at this point in my life, I really just want elevated pieces from Jordan brand. I don't need to cop weekly or monthly Jordans. I think at this point I'm copping like the cream of the crop, or I'm copping like new materials, new design, or even old ones because they're digging in the crates and going back to, like we were talking earlier about the Jordan 2 lows, you know. So even that, you know, stuff that wasn't appreciated before that I own is now going to come back and it's going to be dope. But I look at a lot of other brands. So how I cop, you know, first, knowing where the sneakers come out at, right? So the first step is knowing your sizing, knowing where they're coming out at. So I don't rely on just apps or online. You know, I spent a lot of years creating like a network of people, you know, some resellers, some people that just work in stores, some people that just cop sneakers. And, you know, the key to those relationships is when I get something, I don't always keep it. So you see all these sneakers that are coming out, the Jordan 1s, the Patinas, the Daybreaks, the Overbreaks, all these different sneakers. Those don't appeal to me. So guess what? If I get them, you're going to get them. And that's just how that works. So a lot of the time, I'm the person that'll hit on a lot of these things and give them to the people who's going to owe me one. And the one they'll owe me will be a nice one because I know what they could get. So I kind of just plan how to do it, but it really involves just not keeping everything. Like, just because you hit on a dope pair of sneakers, but it ain't really your style, let it go so that it could come back to you. You know, you kind of just have to bring that karma to you. So I've spent a long time just being that person and giving to get.
Yo, I love that advice. Like, one of the things that happened to me was Monster. That's how me and Monster's relationship started. Was if anyone knows me from Vegas knows that I always throw out crazy steals. Like, I've never, I'm not one to overprice. And I mean, you got to sell your shoes for a fair price, but I've always believed that too. Like, whatever you put out into the community will come back. And so I did. So I've always thrown out steals, looked out for people. And luckily for me, like, anything I've really, really wanted, people have looked out for me too. And that's something that we've talked a lot about on the show, is that a lot of the community seems so transactional now. So like buy, sell, trade, that it's the community is dissipating a little bit, right? But when you have people looking out for each other, like the Della Meals recently, right? Like, that was huge for me and Brian. Like, everyone knows, and probably a bunch of people knew how much we wanted those shoes, and all of our friends pulled together and we were able to double up on them. Like, that's crazy, right? Like, a shoe that we really wanted because of the community around us, we were able to double up on.
And that's amazing. And I thought that sneaker was so important for Dominican culture and just, you know, solidifying, you know, because one thing is culturally in sneakers, right? The brands have recognized certain cultures, certain countries through product. And I think, like, you know, with how big the Latin community is and the Latin sneaker culture and the non-English speaking, you know, sneaker culture is bigger than us, if people really don't understand that. And I think that was important to give that culture of people. Because I love like all the Spanish jokes about sneakers, like the whole Jordan Pretao movement on YouTube. That was a riot. Those are people wearing tight Jordans. So it's like, that was a riot. And, you know, there's just a whole nother world out there that people are just not aware of.
Facts. Yeah, there's a lot of different cultures, whether it be sneaker culture, the women in sneaker culture, and our different ethnicities in that culture that sneaker brands need to be looking at. And
the first camp out for sneakers in Africa was for a Yeezy V2.
Wow.
That's the first camp out. That's their first sneaker that was lit out there. Can you imagine?
That's a comfortable shoe, but I don't know if it's worth the camp out.
Yeah.
No, that's amazing though. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
I think we're all appreciating, I know I am, and then somebody commented here, Jacob just said that it's dope hearing a women's perspective on sneakers and just the idea of a community. I think, you know, there are so many groups that I'm part of and maybe group chats or what have you, and you can tell right off the bat, like, if these people are, because it's either a community or it's not. Like, it's not like a bad sneaker community and a good sneaker community. There's nothing, there's no gray area. It's either a community that looks out for each other, or it's like Aaron was saying, and it's very just transactional. Like, you have something I want, let's make a deal, whatever. But like, community is when you're looking out for people, as we have been talking about here recently. But yeah, I just am happy to be hearing things from a women's perspective and just enlightening my perspective on how to, continue to support people that, I mess with and how that will come back around.
I know that you all know, like, you all know women who collect sneakers. You all know that we love sneakers, but did you think to the depths of what you think now, about us, about our gender?
See,
Go ahead, Brian.
Being raised by women, and I tell everyone my younger sister is my biggest inspiration, and now she's really been collecting sneakers heavy. It's the coolest thing to see. I always knew the potential that women had because I've seen the things that they were able to do, like miracles in a sense that they were able to do. And so I knew that it can translate anywhere, and especially in sneakers. But I guess I never put a focus on it. And so recently, like, that's been the biggest thing. And translating that to my sister as well is like, listen, there's a community, not only as a whole, but there's a powerful group of women doing big things. And it's only going to get bigger from here. We're already seeing it. Like, we're already seeing it.
We learn from each other. It's parallel. So it's like me growing up, right? I grew up in the house. I never liked TV. So my brother always owned the TVs in the house. One TV is football, the other TV is basketball. So I would sit down, eat my bowl of cereal, and we'll look at everybody's feet. That's all I was looking at. And then my brother would explain the game to me and who's winning and who's up and point spread and all of these different things. And I would start putting it together, and I'm like, that's going to be the next sneaker, or that's going to be the next colorway. And I started predicting and correlating trends. So it's like, as I got older, I started to realize, oh, look at that PE, look at that one. And he's like, how you know these things? And it's just paying attention to the elements around me, right? The art, the music, the sports, the fashion, everything around me was just the dictator of the culture for the future. I was always a nerd. So I paid special emphasis onto what I love, which was growing up sneakers.
That's dope. That's dope. So speaking of sneakers that you love, one of the topics that we wanted to hit on with you is all about Air Maxes, and it's kind of a fitting time, Air Max month. So here's what I think we should do. I want you to talk about your love of Air Maxes, but I'd like you to grab a few pairs. Okay. Grab some that you could talk about and just kind of explain maybe how your love of Air Maxes started. Were there some pairs that stood out to you from the beginning that maybe were the ones that kind of got that ball rolling or what have you? So take us on a ride through Air Maxes, if you please.
Oh, wonderful. So it's Air Max month. So just to let everybody know, Inner Souls, every year during Air Max month, we collect videos posted on Instagram. You can look at the rules for it on our Instagram page, Inner Souls Collective. So we collect videos of your favorite Air Max. And in that video, you're telling us why it's your favorite Air Max and your message to the future Air Max lover, right? It's a capsule piece. So it's for a time capsule. So you want to leave your message for them. So I just wanted to mention that. But one of the things, like, I remember just falling in love with a 95. I remember 90s wasn't my thing. I have to be that person to say that, right? Just because they're lit, I can't sit here and say I'm a 90s person. I love 95s. When I saw those waves and I saw that neon pop, it was just something that I needed to have, and I fell in love with it immediately. I just love the wave pattern on it. And then it became the 97s. For many years, I was 97s over 95s. And then I went back to my first love, 95s. I forgot how comfortable they were. But I was buying a lot of Air Max 95s. I remember buying them I used to go to Delancey in Lower Manhattan. And there was a store called Richie's there. And they would have Air Max 2 for $100. So you will buy 2 pairs for $100. So every time I used to get a paycheck at the end of the week, I would just go buy me two. And they would say, what are you doing? Going buying Air Max again? They're all ugly. You buy the ugliest colors. Now they seem to be the ones that people love the most about my collection. But love Air Max. So I took out just a few very interesting ones that people just may have not seen. So here, Sabertooth 95s.
Wow.
Those are amazing. The fur on the tongue is, amazing.
I need that sound effect one more time.
I can imagine that's somebody getting smushed. So my dog just woke up listening to that. So Sabertooth 95s are pretty dope. I have a few pairs of those running around the crib somewhere. I thought these are interesting because, and these are hit, but most people, when they think of the Yeezy colorways, Nike Yeezy colorways, they think of it as an original colorway, and it is absolutely not. So these actually glow. They glow all over the place. So this colorway predates any Yeezy. So it's the same solar colorway.
Very fire.
Yeah, so they predate any Yeezy. So those are the ones that I believe I took out for Air Max Life. So, oh no, I took out one more. So just for the audience and everyone to know, how I pick sneakers for a podcast or a show is like tarot, right? So whatever falls on me, whatever kind of like I'm pulling something out, it lands on me, that's what's coming with me. So that's how we did that today. So that's today's So these are actually a favorite. These go in one of my favorite. These are Mexican blankets.
Wow.
So these are Mexican blankets, and if you see, you can see the stingray, nice stingray leather. So amazing. Yeah, these are pretty dope. So I just love them. They're pretty neato. So I brought some 95. So that's what I wanted to show you guys.
That's
so
amazing.
There's a lot of new ones that I do like. I like the women's pieces. I love Swarovskis. Those are super dope. I love DB Air Max. So any Dornbecker Air Max collaborations, I usually like those. I like a lot of stuff on my sneakers. I like a lot of design. I like a lot of logos. I like a lot of symbolism. I like mixed material. So I'm always just looking for something out there. And usually the Dornbecker program where Air Max gives it to me.
They deliver. Most definitely.
I think Air Max in general as well. I mean, we've seen it over the years. Just all the collaborations have been a hit. I mean, just Nike allowing the collaborators to just go crazy and make beautiful shoes. You know, I have one collaboration here that everyone knows that I love, the Opium Air Max 180. But I've been privileged to own some really, really cool ones, and just I love Air Maxes. I just hate that they crumble so easily. So I end up getting rid of a lot of them because they just don't last. But
I've been able to hold on to quite a few just based off of, temperature control, everything. So dehumidify everything. I don't use these. This is just one wall that I tested out, and I take the doors off of them, but then my dog starts playing in there. So we need to leave the doors on for right now, but I open them up when I'm like cleaning and I let them get air. And I also don't put sneakers that'll oxidize easily. So there's a lot of different ways to care for them, but I had a lot that went down on me, and they deteriorated really bad, and I was just over it. So moving forward, I don't like the new ones that are coming out. I don't see that they're the same quality. But there was a time period where Air Max Japan was given exclusive rights to create very exclusive Air Max. So at the time, those were called Asian exclusives. Those were probably before 2005. So sometime between 2000 and 2005, they had very exclusive Air Max that would only come out in Japan. Some of them you can look up are like the Air Max collection, the Ko and Bori collection. There was a 95, I think a 90, and a Hirachi, I think, something like that. But those were Asian exclusives. And I remember I used to go on eBay and I used to put Air Max Asian exclusive, and that's how I used to look for some to see if people were posting them. And I used to look all over different forums to see if I would find those. And then I started making connections with people in Japan who were also into that. And finally, when I went to visit, I went to mom and pop shops over there, and I just started buying a whole bunch of different Air Maxes. I came across some PEs from Air Max 97 PEs from the Chinese Olympics over there. So I came up with some great pieces, but Air Max has just always been a part of my early days of loving sneakers. So I haven't abandoned it yet.
Dope.
That's what's up.
So what else did you bring to show us today, Jixie?
Well, we celebrate Biggie today, right? And I'm from Brooklyn. So Pink Stink Gators, my Detroit players.
Ooh.
So these are Reebok Burn Rubbers. These are Pink Stink Gators, Think Pink Gators. These were made in honor of Biggie. So, you know, we must start with a Pink Stink Gator. We must give Biggie his props for today. And we are from Brooklyn, so we must do this.
Shouts
So,
out Brooklyn. Shouts out East New York, Cypress Hills. We love you.
gang, gang, gang. That's where my father used to live when I was growing up. So,
Oh, that's crazy.
I'm an East New York princess.
Let's go.
I'm a Bushwick, East New York princess. So, everybody always asks me, what's your top sneaker? What's your top sneaker? I could never just have a top sneaker. I don't think I would collect sneakers if I could answer that question. But I was thinking, right? I always mention certain silhouettes. So I wanted to pull that silhouette out. So this is an original Kamikaze.
Wow.
Nice. So I have both. So this is the Rain Man. So this is a Rayman Kamikaze 2. And then this is the Magic. So as you can see, these are still perfect. They don't make them like this no more. This is from 1993. I wear these in the snow. I have warm-up jackets. I have Sean Kemp warm-up jackets. For these. These are super dope. I'm an original Kamikaze lover. So like I love Kamikazes. I think everybody at Reebok knows I love Kamikaze to the depths of like Kamikaze. Like you can't love it no more. So fast forward, I had to get the Swiss Beats release Kamikaze.
Hey.
So there's only 84 pairs of these in the world. These are signed by Swiss Beats. So this is number 75 out of 84. And when they relaunched Kamikazes, this is the sneaker that reintroduced the sneaker. This is supposed to be the updated model, as you can see, right? So if you look at it, it kind of has a design pattern from it, but in a more futuristic look. And then they use the original hexalite right in here as part of the design pattern. So I think it's pretty cool. So I get to tie back my old love with my new stuff. So I just think that that's pretty awesome. So I brought that to show you guys because I think it's important to show other brands. I think I could pull out hype, right? I could pull out like the new stuff, but I don't think that this stuff is not seen as much. It's not appreciated. And it's like, you got to appreciate a 93 that you can wear in the snow, right? You have to sit there. Like you can see the leather on this. Like you can see it through here. Like the leather on this is amazing. So it's still a really good sneaker. So it's like, this is why I'm always like, I'm not impressed by what's coming out sometimes. Cause it's just like, look at the quality of what we had.
I feel you.
I think it's cool too that, you know, you can't appreciate a shoe unless you know about it. Right. And so I feel like just being on this show, I've been exposed to, you know, stuff that Brian's into, stuff that Aaron's into, and then stuff that our guests are into. So the level of appreciation I've been able to gain for different brands and different, you know, collaborations, materials, what have you. It's great, but you can't gain that appreciation unless you know about it. So thank you for showing something different.
Yeah. So here, this is just, it's a dust bag and it's just like beautiful. So these, I was fangirling for them. Like I had my eye on them. They sold out crazy. So this is Diodora N9000 is probably top 4 silhouettes ever. So this right here is the 24 Pilates collaboration. So this is the In Vino Veritas. So it's a actual beautiful, beautiful, beautiful velvet, and then it has a lace. There's 3M behind that lace. I'm a sucker for lace 3M. So this is just an amazing quality sneaker. I just love it. So these are
Noodles. All right.
yeah, these are just a beautiful quality. It's like triple leather, velvet, lace, you
Yeah,
know.
Diodora kills it. They
Yeah.
always.
Well, anytime they do a collaboration, it's always like the finest materials. It's always, something that is beautifully executed. I love when Bait collaborates with Theodora. They always make like the best. They the Kung Fu Pandas or the Transformer packs. Like they always really go in, and it's just one silhouette, and they manage to just redefine it each and every time, just based on how they're going to showcase or highlight another brand. So, and of course gum bottom, right? So it's like everything is better with a gum bottom. So
It's a keeper.
yeah, so I was fangirling for these. They actually sold out like right under my nose. Like I was just being slow while checking out, and I don't know why in my head I thought that like people were not into these. So I was like, nobody wants them, and then boom, they sold out, and I was mortified. I was like, who the hell? Like, and then I was looking. So when that happens, I look on social media to see who's wearing these. And I was like, nobody's wearing them. All the resellers took them. So I knew I was going to get them. So I was like, yes,
Very dope.
that is what's going on. I have a really cool sneaker. So this is a Reebok Aero Step. So it's a Reebok Aero Step.
Wow.
So it is a ventilator mixed with a hexalite. You can see the honeycomb in there. So it's an original ventilator with the hexalite. So if anybody remembers, this is posted on my page, like the original advertisement for this. This sneaker came with a DVD, or excuse me, a VCR. So this sneaker came with a VCR. It was for aerobic.
Wow.
So what you would do is you would order this with the tape, the VCR tape, and it was a Reebok aerobics tape, and that's why it's the Aero Step.
That's dope.
That's crazy.
So you would order it together, and it's crazy to me that they separated the tech. So they took the ventilator and put it on the nylon, and the hexalite is in most men's sneakers, but this is an original woman's sneaker. So this is an actual women's piece. So I really love and I value women's sneakers so much. So this sneaker is from like 1991, I believe. So
wow.
At that time, my mother was very much into sneakers as well. So I would have my little girl versions, and I wasn't that little girl. I was always a big girl. My feet were always bigger, but she would have hers, and my mom was a size 9, 9.5 always. So most of her sneakers, I have them, and that's what these are. So, so I have quite a few like British Knights, LA Gears, Ponies. Those are like mom's pieces, but these were originally hers, and the best thing you can inherit, she passed down her sneakers to me. So I have a bunch of oldies, and I just remember working out in the living room with the VCR tape, and it was like these girls with like a pom-pom ponytail on the cover, and like you will order these through like Finger Hut or some fake QVC, because at the time I don't even think we were doing it, but it was something like that, and that's how you get these. So I thought that was pretty cool to show. And again, quality, and people, they sleep on Reebok, and they give a lot of crap to Reebok, but when Reebok makes something, they make something. So food for thought, humans, food for thought.
Word.
That's dope. So just for sake of time, we still have this Jeopardy game that we want to play with you.
Oh God.
So,
sure. And I have one last one I took out. I don't know what I took out. And this one fell. This one fell down. So meaning that it, like tarot, if a card falls, you have to read it. So I have
this one.
Yeah, I have a firm belief. So I have to bring you guys. So this is Capone and Noriega, War Report.
She.
Ewing. And
Fire.
this is signed by the gods. This was for the CNN 25th anniversary of the War Report. So
Sheesh.
I just love that it says War Report on them. I love that it has the red with the camo. This is not the Friends or Family version. The Friends or Family one was the beige camo, and the other one was this one. I won't ever wear the beige one, so I was like, I need to do this one because it's enough. Because I really like this pattern of camo, so it was very nice. So one sneaker says War, the other one says Report, and then it says Capone on one, and the other one says Noriega.
Those are amazing.
One thing about Ewing. One thing about Ewing is that they always make sneakers down to a size 3 in women. So to me, I just love that women always have the opportunity to celebrate hip hop and sneakers together via this brand. Where other brands, you can't get an OVO in a size 3. You can't get, there's a lot of sneakers you can't get that are collaborations. A Travis Scott, some of them you can't get in a small size. So you can't celebrate it. But I love that Ewing always does it for women as well. And they're never highlighted for that. Nobody ever talks about that Ewing goes down to a 3 on all of their collaborations. So I just want to put that out there.
It's dope.
And that was it. That's all of them that fell out today.
That's what's up.
That's amazing.
You brought like a whole display. Like, I don't even know what word to use, but just like a vast variety of
smorgasbord.
A smorgasbord. That's sure. Just a bunch of different flavor, a bunch of different materials, different brands, and that, like you said, you could break out the heat, and that would all be good and well. Like, we wouldn't judge anybody for doing such a thing, but like, this is what we want to see. This is what, and you could tell from the comments, this is what the people want to see. This is so much more important than just focusing on what's hot right now. Like you were talking about earlier, you need to save the history. And so the more you talk about the history, the more you put it out there, and the more it can be appreciated and respected and upheld. So I think it's great that you brought what you brought, and especially those last ones. Those were probably my favorite.
Oh, thank you. And you know what? I was like, oh, I don't want to show those. Like, to me, like, those, don't put those away. But then I thought about it. I'm like, the rule, it fell out, so it must go on. The show must go on. But I am a smorgasbord. I am variety. Like, that's one thing that I always promote in collecting sneakers, is just like, cop your basics of every brand. Get your Air Force One, get your Reebok, get a nylon, get a classic, get a Diadora N9000, get a Saucony, like, kind of like be loose with it, and just go and grab different pieces. And that's how you know what you really love.
For sure.
Yo, are you guys ready? Are you guys ready?
My God, he's stressing me out.
Okay, we're usually friendly, but Brian, we got to let him out the cage real quick. Brian, what you got for her?
I'm going to very humbly say, Jixie, we coming for your head.
Me? Oh my God. And I'm terrible on the spot. I'd be like,
yo, I'm horrible too, but let's get
it. So before we get started, let's run the intro.
What are those? Yeah, not for real, watch the show. Yeah, it's coming to you live in like 3, 2, 1.
All right, Jixie and Brian, let's go over the rules.
It's so cute.
We have 3 categories today: women in sneakers, Air Maxes, and not Nike. All go up to 400. You have 10 seconds to answer the question. If not, your opponent gets a chance to steal. At the end of the game, whoever has the most points wins this segment or this episode of trivia. We are 5-1 against our guests, so we are, we're pretty good. We're pretty good at what we do. But I don't know, Brian, how you feeling right now? How you feeling?
Good. I'm excited.
Oh my God, this is so cute. Oh my God, I'm like going ham. I just love it.
Let's
do you
go.
have to say what is?
No, you can just answer it.
Okay.
All right, Jixie, since you're our guest, you can pick first.
All right, so I'm gonna go with not Nike for 100.
What was Kanye West's first sneaker collaboration?
That was a Louis Vuitton Don Jasper.
That is not correct. Brian, do you want to steal?
Was it the Reebok S. Carter?
No, I
No.
know what it is now.
All right.
It was the
It's
Air Force One, the Babesta, my bad.
college dropout shoe.
And
Dropped in 2007.
And I just saw Tay post that up, but the
And I was thinking babe.
the Don Jasper came out like 3 months later after this.
Yeah. They were all super close. All right.
Jesus.
Brian.
Let's go for women in sneakers for 100.
Okay.
Sakai founder Chitoshi Abe started her career with which brand before venturing on her own?
Gosh, I know this too. I can't even think of what it is.
That is time. Jixie, would you like to steal?
No, I'm gonna pass. I forgot.
Okay, Brian, you failed us. We just posted a graphic about her. She started her career with CDG.
I don't know how I forget that. And
it just slipped my mind.
Yo, that's what it is about this trivia. As soon as you're in the trivia, everything slips your mind, and even though you know it, it's hard being put on the spot. All right, Jixie is back on you.
She actually had a brand before Come, so you can look that up. She had a brand before Come. That's why I don't remember. I remember Come. I know she started Come, but she had a brand before that, a smaller one.
We'll look it up.
Definitely.
We'll follow up.
All right, Jixie, what you got?
All right, let's go for Air Maxes for 100. Let's go.
What was the latest Air Max model to drop? It debuted in 2020.
Oh God, there's so many. The latest one?
Yeah, just dropped for the first time in 2020.
Just dropped for the first time in 2020. So you got the Air Max 720?
Is that your final answer?
What year was that? Or was it 2019? No, the 720, the largest bubble was 2019. So the next one is over. Go.
No. All right, Brian, you want to steal?
Is it the 270?
It is not.
No, that's
It's
2019.
the Air Max 2090.
2090. I didn't like it, so that's why I blocked it out of my head.
That shoe was trash.
That's not even an Air Max to me. What is that? That's not an Air Max. That's some kind of. That's like one of these futuristic Maxes. No, thank you.
What are those?
Yo, all right, let's see.
This
Brian,
this is my saddest game of Jeopardy ever. I'm getting sad right now. Keep going.
Oh, you're good. Y'all only gotten through the 100 level, so this is now the time to show your knowledge. Brian,
let's go Air Maxes for 300.
Oh, okay. Name this shoe.
This is the Slim Shady Air Max 93 or Eminem or one of those Eminem related shoes, Air Max 93.
That is correct.
The D12.
Air Max 93 D12. In 2006, Eminem worked with Nike to create charity series. And this is one that he created. So Brian's first up on the board.
I was going to call it the Shady 45s.
Yeah, I didn't know which exact it was.
Yeah. All right, Jixie, you're up.
Let's go for women in sneakers 200.
All right, so this is a fill in the blank. All right. In 2018, the current senior creative director of women's footwear for Nike, blank, played a huge role in Nike's biggest female collection to date, which was named what? So the name of the creative director of women's footwear and the name of the collection.
Of the collection. Oh, in 2018, the current senior creative director. director, the current senior creative director of women's footwear for Nike, played a huge role in Nike's biggest female sneaker collection to date, which was named a collection that was Nike's biggest for women. There was so many. I don't know. I'm gonna pass.
You could throw a guess out there.
A collection of sneakers. I'm thinking of packs because I think like a dude. A women's pack, a women's collection. I wouldn't know. No, I
You're
wouldn't
good.
be able to answer that.
You're good, Brian.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass. I don't know.
All right. So Georgina James, and the collection was the Nike One Reimagined collection.
And
in
that one
2018.
that throws you off because that was a Jordan brand collection, and that was designed by 15 different designers, 14 different designers. So that question is a throw off because the reimagined. So that pack that's 14 different women's personalities. That's what that sneakers translate to. So that's a throw off question, and that's 100% Jordan brand, not Nike. If it would have said Jordan brand, so Jordan brand's biggest female collection to date is the Reimagined pack. The Reimagined. It's still selling out there.
Yeah. All right, Jixie
Boo!
or Brian.
Boo!
Brian, it's on you.
I'll do Air Maxes for 200.
Air Maxes for 200. Name at least 3 Pata and Air Max collaborations.
Do you want the model or do you want the actual name of the shoes?
What the hell?
You could do. It has to be the name of the shoe.
Oh gosh.
I call them all Pata. So
Pata.
the night of the Air Max. Pata Air Max 90. Pata Air Max 95.
The Pata Air Max 95 Running Man, Pata Air Max 1 Chlorophyll, and Viotech. That's not Pata. I'm just kidding. Pata Keyboard, I think is what they're called. Yeah, Pata Air Max 1.
Yeah, so there is a ton of them. Brian, you are correct.
That's good. I only know the Amsterdam because I have those.
Those are fire. All right, Jixie's back on you.
All right, not Nike for 200.
Name the model of Sean Witherspoon's second Adidas collab. So the first was a Superstar. The collab has not dropped yet, but it's been teased.
I just saw this one too. Sean Witherspoon's second Adidas collab. Name the model.
Yeah.
Was it a ZX? No. Was it a Samba? I thought it was the first one you said was a Superstar, right?
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah, it was a Superstar.
Yeah.
So an Ultra Boost?
That is incorrect. Ryan, do you want to try?
Yeah, I don't know. I know it's a ZX. I don't know which one, so I'm just gonna say ZX 8000.
That is correct. Jixie, you were right. I
thought it was a ZX, but then I was like, nah, there's not a ZX because I forgot what sneaker just came out in a ZX model. The Simpson pack. And I was like,
Simpson pack.
The Simpson pack came out in a ZX model, and this one looks completely different. So I was like, that's not a ZX.
Yeah,
But
that was a ZX 10,000.
I don't follow Sean Witherspoon. I think, the 97 was okay, but not for not something that I think transcends or changed anything in terms of collaboration. So I wasn't looking for his Adidas.
Word. All right, Brian.
Let's go Air Maxes for 400.
All right. Let's test your knowledge of the designers. The Nike Air Max 180 was a collaboration designed between blank and blank, who was the creator of the Air Force One. And so the second name is the person who created the Air Force One, and then a second Nike designer.
Well, I know who the first one is, but I can't think of the second one. Give me a second. It's all
right. You could throw out.
No, I mean, I'm only going to throw out one, so it's not even going to matter. So, Jixie, you got it.
All right, Jixie.
Air Nike Max 180. Who the fuck does it? Ooh, sorry.
You're good.
Eric Avar, no. This is Scott, no. Who does that? The Nike MX 180. Why is that one so hard? Collaboration design between and who's the creator of the Air Force? And that is Avar and Tinker. This one's hard.
I'm looking.
All right. Jixie, you want to throw out an answer?
No, not even. I kept thinking Eric Avar, but no, it wasn't that time period.
So that it was between Tinker Hatfield and Bruce Kilgore. Yep.
I knew it was Tinker.
I knew Tinker for sure, but I didn't.
Yeah, I thought it was Tinker Hatfield and Eric Avar, but then that was basketball. That wasn't running.
Golly.
All right. Let's see.
Back to Jixie.
Jixie.
So, women in sneakers 300.
Before the release of the Ambush and Nike Dunk High in 2020, Yoon collaborated with Nike in what year? On which sneaker model?
All right. It's the little boot. And the little boot, it's the little boot. And the little boot was when I bought the jacket. And the jacket was 1918, 17. Where are we? 2021? 2018. 2018.
All right, Jixie. I'm going to give you that one. That is correct. So the 2018
180 high.
Air Max 180 high.
It was the little boot.
Yeah. All right.
Little boot.
Really? That's how I refer to things. So that's definitely little boot right there.
All right, Brian, it's on you.
Let's go not Nike for 300.
Name this collaboration.
Oh my gosh, this is
Yo veo.
Yo, this is gonna kill me. I know the shoe. This is
All right, Brian.
I'm just gonna throw Atmos out there, but I don't think that's correct.
That is incorrect.
All right, Jixie, any idea?
It looks like a Kith collaboration. Or the two little front turn throw me off, but I believe that's the Kith collaboration.
So Slam Jam and A6 Gel 3, the fifth dimension. All right. Jixie is on you.
Woman in sneakers for 400.
If Jixie gets this, she ties it all up. If Jixie gets this. All right.
Just don't give Little Boot the win again.
Yo, 2020 saw the introduction of one of the hottest sneaker models on the planet, the New Balance 327. Designed by the 327 has since become a staple silhouette in the New Balance arsenal.
Oh, brother. I'm so anti New Balance, so I block all that good stuff out. But Designed by, I forgot her damn name, and she was just on a panel the other day. I just watched us talk the other day. Judy, no. I'll never remember her name. I pass. I'll never remember it.
All right, Brian.
Pass. I can't remember her name.
Yeah, I cannot at all.
Charlotte Lee.
I would have never thought of that.
Charlotte Lee designed the 327. Awesome. All right, last one, Brian. Not Nike for 400. This UK-based shop has collaborated with New Balance dating back to 2004, including models such as the New Balance 576, New Balance 990, New Balance Northern Soul Series, and New Balance 990 HSN. What's the name of the shop?
Oh gosh. UK. Well, UK is a pretty big region, so this is kind of tough. I'll just go with size. I don't know exactly. Let's just do. Dang it. All right, let's just go with size because whatever.
That is incorrect. Jixie, you get to steal.
All right. JD, Foot Patrol, SNS, JD, Foot Patrol. I'm gonna take JD out. So Foot Patrol, SNS. I will go with Northern Soul. I'll say Foot Patrol.
So Hannon Shop.
Yang, I forgot about that.
Hannon Shop. Awesome.
What you forget about?
Yeah, they're a low-key one.
Yeah, I spent the year in London and I never looked for any New Balance, so I wouldn't know. But that was awesome. Oh, it was hard. I'm terrible with on the spot questions like that, especially like design or anything like that. Stuck royally when it comes up to on the spot questions like that. That I gotta resurrect that from in there somewhere.
It's hard. It's hard. We've all been victims of it where we get on and we forget. But thank you so much for being a good sport and just the main purpose of this segment is just to learn, to teach ourselves. We learn a lot when we create it. And hopefully the people watching can learn too.
Absolutely. I think it's so important to like have those, have that knowledge base of those different items. New Balance, like, you can't know everything. So it's like you pick and choose what exactly you keep in there. And for the most part, like, I always express my views on how I feel about New Balance and their political stance. And that is where I draw the line with them, no matter, how lit they are in the street, because the street's eating them up right now.
Word.
Well, Jixie, that was a lot of fun.
Oh my God, that was
thank you.
intense. That was so freaking intense. I'm gonna strangle all three of you.
It was really hard. No, please don't.
Yo, I was here like this, sweating, jumping. I'm going around the room.
Little boot is not an answer.
But
yo, I had to give it to her. I was like, yo, let's just give it to her.
Yo, it was 2018. It was the 2018 little boot.
You're right.
I answered it, and when you looked at it, it was the 2018.
It was a little boot.
It was 2018. So the 2018 little boot, you got it exactly. So I described it exactly.
Yeah.
Very fire.
Well, I think that about wraps up our episode. We went, a good half hour over time, which is totally fine. We don't mind when, we're learning and growing and, feeling, enlightened like we were talking about before. So we want to give a big shout out to Jixie for taking some time out and staying up late for the show and supporting us in that way.
And I'm beat. I slept like 5 hours last night. So I was like 8 o'clock Eastern time. And then I was like, oh, snap, 8 o'clock Pacific. So
Yeah. Thank you so much, Jixie.
thank you so much. I had a great time. Thank you so much for inviting me to your show and for having me on. I'm so glad that I can represent Air Max Month and women and play Jeopardy and have a great time with you guys. I think it was dope.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. So for those who are still here, we want to thank you for sticking around and watching this episode. And I hope you learned a lot. We definitely did here. If you are able to share this video, share the link in whatever platform you can, YouTube, Facebook, Clubhouse, Instagram, however you feel comfortable sharing this show, we would love that. Any type of exposure that we can get for this show would be fantastic. So it looks like Jixie's getting a lot of love in the comments right now. So
Hi,
obviously you're a fan favorite. We again appreciate you coming on. Next week, guys, next week is our season finale. So we are very excited for our guest. We will let you guys know who that is very soon. And you've got a lot to look forward to. We're going to see some really cool things and have some really great conversation. But with that said, that wraps up this episode of the Goody Two Shoes Sneaker Show, and we will see you all next week.
Peace.
Peace.
It's the Goody Two Shoes Show. It's the Goody Two Shoes Show. This the Goody Two Shoes Show.